everyone, welcome back to another session of Flow Builder series. So today I'm going to brief you about platform event triggered flows that we have in Salesforce along with the real-time scenarios for demonstration purpose. But before we get started, let's have a look at the agenda. So I'll be explaining you about what platform events are in Salesforce. I'm not going to go very deep into the concept, but I will explain what platform event is in Salesforce with an analogy, and I'll also show you how to create a platform event. And I think that would be sufficient in order to get started on the flow, because you will have the basic understanding of the platform event and how to create it in Salesforce. And then we will talk about a real-time scenario, a use case, and using that particular use case, we'll understand how we can use platform event triggered flows in order to publish an event. All right. So this is the scenario, but before we actually jump onto the scenario, let's just understand about platform events a little bit. All right. So if you guys already know about event-driven architecture in Salesforce, it's well and good. If not, just keep in mind that it is an event-driven architecture wherein you have to create an event and kind of publish it so that any other systems that actually wants to consume the information that your event is carrying, they can basically subscribe to it and then they can use the information, right, for any kind of updation or creation. So similarly in platform event is a event-driven architecture that kind of enables an app to communicate inside and outside of Salesforce, right? So, for example, you would have if you're already working in any of the projects, or if you have worked in any of the projects previously, you would have seen that there are sometimes there are multiple systems involved in your project, right? Apart from Salesforce. So let's say if you have an external system that kind of maintains the data. And in your Salesforce, let's say if you're creating any account or let's say updating any account, then you also have to sync the same information to that external system, right? So you kind of built an integration to do such kind of activities. You do the API calls, right? So similarly, in order to achieve the same thing, you can use platform events. And in platform event, you have to platform events actually exactly look like custom objects. So you have to create the platform event. You have to create the fields for the information that you want to actually transmit via the event message, right? And you just have to publish it using your you can do the this messaging using Apex triggers, or you can do it with flow that similar to the scenario that we are actually going to implement, right? So so let me give you an analogy, and I think you would be able to relate more why this is used and how this is used. Okay, so let's say you along with your other 5 friends, right? You guys are going on a vacation, right? Now let's say you have booked some house, right, to some vacation house, and only one of you know how to cook. Okay, so let's say in that particular house, the person who knows how to cook, just imagine that you are the one who knows how to cook. So you are in the kitchen and everybody else is sitting somewhere else in the house. Someone is sitting in the library, someone is sitting outside in the garden. There are people who are just sitting in the hall, and then there are people who are sitting by the pool, right? Everybody's sitting at different locations, and you are in the kitchen cooking for them. Okay, so now just imagine after some time, somebody someone from who was sitting by the pool, he comes to the kitchen and he asks you whether the food is ready, and you say no. And then after some time, someone who was sitting in the garden, he comes and asks you that, is the food ready? And you say no. So similarly, after a certain interval of time, everybody's coming and asking you if the food is ready or not. And you are getting you're reaching your limit, right? So in order to resolve this issue, what you do is you created a WhatsApp group, right? You created a link, basically. You did not create a group and automatically and added everybody by force, but you created a link and you shared that link with everybody else, that whoever wants to know about the food preparation status, they can join that WhatsApp group link. And once the food is ready, you will broadcast a message in the group that the food is ready, and they can come and take it. So now just imagine the kitchen is Salesforce, right? And everybody else, every other place is external systems. Okay. So, and external systems are waiting for any kind of change that will happen in Salesforce, any kind of data creation or updation, right? So every time, in order to avoid that many API calls, the easier way was to actually broadcast the message, right? So basically, you kind of created an event and you gave that event to everybody else, and whoever wants, they can subscribe to it, right? And once there is a change or there is an update in Salesforce, right, that event is going to send out a message, right? Or you can say, like, using the message channel, they will send out a message which will basically contain the change that has happened in the data, right? And anybody else, like, who has subscribed to it, they can actually consume it. So your Salesforce, your kitchen in this case, becomes the event producer, and everybody else becomes the event consumer. And the message or the group channel that you have created, that kind of becomes the event bus. Okay. So this is all the terminologies, like the basic terms that you actually use in platform event. And this is actually what happens. Okay. So I hope you got the better, like, you got a little bit of understanding that why it is used. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and discuss about the scenario, and then I'll show you, we'll move back to the org, and I'll show you how to create the platform event. And the example that actually I've taken, the use case that I've taken, I'm not basically considering any external system, but I'm going to be publishing and subscribing to the event, and I will show you the demo in the same org itself. Okay, so let's just move ahead to the scenario. So my scenario is that whenever an account is created, or we can also consider updation, whenever an account is created or updated, and if somebody is changing the account owner, then that owner should be assigned to a permission set. All right. So let's say if I have an account in the org, and if I go and change the owner of the account, then that owner should be automatically, with the help of flow, should get assigned to a permission set. Okay. So let me go back to my org. So this is my org, and I've opened all the permission sets that I have. Let's just consider one of these. So let's say if I'm opening this permission set, and if I show you the assignments, I have nobody assigned on the permission set, right? So we are good with this one. So we'll take this permission set. Now, let me go to accounts. So on any account, right? If I change the, hold on. If I change the owner, right? If I change the owner of the account, then what should happen? It should basically assign that particular owner, the new owner that I would be assigning to this particular account, that owner should get assigned to this permission set. Okay. So that is the whole requirement. Now you have to keep 2 points in mind. The first one is that we cannot achieve the whole thing in a single flow. The reason being, account is a non-setup object and user is a setup object. Okay, so you cannot include the logic for a setup and a non-setup object in the same flow, or with at one place, because otherwise you will get mixed DML error. Okay, so we are going to achieve this requirement using two flows. Okay, so the first flow that I would be creating, I'm going to publish the event. And the second flow that I would be creating, I'm going to receive the changes, or kind of subscribe it, so that if there is any change on the account owner, I will get to know, and I will do the permission set assignment in the second flow. All right. So let's just go ahead and start with the first flow. So I'll navigate to flow. And also let me check what other users I have. So I do have other users, which is good. Let me go to flow. Let's just create a new flow. And the first one, as I said, it should be record triggered flow, right? So we'll take the record trigger flow and we'll click on create. And the object is going to be account in this case. Okay, and whenever a record is created or updated, let's take both. I don't want to put any condition, and click on done. And let's switch it back to free form. Okay, and here one second. I want to first check if the account owner is getting changed or not, right? So I am going to include a decision if account owner is changed. Okay, so account owner changed here. So I have to basically from here take the record, okay, account record and owner ID not equals to. How can you actually identify if the owner is changed or not? If your current owner is not equals to the previous owner, that means the owner is being changed, right? So I'm just checking that if the current owner that is being provided, if that is equals to the previous one or not. If it is not, then only we'll proceed, right? So if it is not, then we can check a record prior to get the previous owner ID and owner ID. Okay, so this basically will give me the result if the owner is being changed. Okay, so the previous owner that was there on the account is not equals to the current owner that the user or like whoever is working on the record is assigning to, right? So this means that the owner is getting changed. So if the owner is getting changed, if this condition is true, then only we'll go ahead and create a platform event record. Okay, and we'll click on done. Now let's just go ahead and create a record. So create. Okay, so before we do this, let's just go and create the platform event because we haven't created the platform event. Okay, so here, platform events, you just have to go to click on gear icon. In the setup, you have to find platform events. And here you can click on new platform event. And here, let's just give it something else, assign permission set, permission set or something like this. And should be deployed and click on save. Now, what is that field that you actually, sorry. So, permission sets, okay. And let's just hit on save. So when you'll actually subscribe to this event, what are you expecting this event like, what are you expecting out of the message? You would need the owner ID of the account, right? Because you want to assign that owner to a permission set, right? So basically you would have to create a field here that like, for the owner, like it's like a placeholder for the owner. And to that placeholder, when you're actually creating a record for this platform event in your flow, you can fill that owner ID. All right, so that when you're actually like subscribing and using this platform event, you will get the owner ID so that you can assign that owner to the permission set that we just discussed. All right, so let's just create a field here, and it's going to be number, or we can also take it as text. So let's just keep it as text. Should be text because it's ID, right? It consists of number and characters. So account owner ID, here you can just keep it as 18 and save. So this is the platform event. Now I'll go here and create platform event record 1 and here, and then platform event. I think I would have to refresh this. So let me save this. All right. And now let's just go ahead and create the record. So create record. The name of the platform event was assign permission set. So you have to search with that. Assign permission set, right? So the difference between a custom object, like, the API naming convention is that you will see it with double underscore E, right? So this is the permission set, okay? And in permission set, what I want to do, I want to assign the owner ID, account owner ID field that I've created on the permissions, sorry, on this platform event with the owner ID field of the account, right? The new owner ID that is being inserted, not the one from the prior, right? Because you would want the new one because you want to assign the new owner to a permission set. So here, record dot owner ID, okay? So that's it. Okay. So what we did, we checked if the account owner is changing or not. Once it is changing, we are creating a platform event record. Basically, you're publishing it. Okay. You're creating a platform event record. And in the object, you search for the platform event that you created. And in that platform event, I had created this field account owner ID. And whatever value you actually want to carry into this field, that you have to assign it from here. And I want to store the new owner ID value into this particular field. That is why I searched for record and owner ID. Okay. And this record is nothing but the account record. And click on done. And let's just connect this and done. And let me save this and activate this. Okay. So activated. Now let's just go ahead and create another flow. Okay. So now this time we are going to create the platform event triggered flow. So create and you have to select the platform event that you have created. So assign permission set and click on done. Okay. So now you have got the platform event here, right? You will get the record. The moment you are getting this platform event, you will get the record. So now what you have to do? You have to, because this event is this event has the account owner ID, right? The new account owner ID. So now you have to assign that account owner to the permission set that I just showed you here, right? This one. But in order to assign that new owner to this permission set, first of all, you would have to query this permission set, right, in your flow. So let's just go ahead and using get record component, we can get this permission set. So let's go back here and get record and get permission set. Okay. And object is permission set. And here we have to give the name. Okay. So give the permission set name equals to, you can copy this name. I believe it should be API name. Yes. So this, and that's it. Okay. And click on done. So now you have got the permission set record. Okay. Now, in order to assign anybody to a permission set, there is an object called permission set assignment. So we have to create a record in permission set assignment for permission set assignment object. And in that object, we have a field called assignee ID, wherein you can actually provide the user ID, right? The owner ID. Owner is nothing but a lookup to user, right? The user ID to whoever you want to assign for that particular permission set. So basically, this object, permission set assignment object, takes two important values. The first one is assignee ID, like who the user is, who you want to assign to a permission set. So that is assignee ID. The second thing would be the permission set ID, to which permission set you want to assign that assignee to, right? So it is taking both the things, the user that you want to assign to the permission set and also the permission set ID, right? To which permission set you want to assign that user to, correct? So we have to create a permission set assignment record. So let's just click on here and assign permission set to owner. Let's just type it as owner. And this here you need to search for that object permission set assignment. Permission set assignment, here it is. Okay. So here there are three things, right? The first one is assignee ID. Assignee ID is what? Assignee ID you have kept in the account owner ID, right? That is nothing but the assignee ID. So here you can search for that account owner ID. Account, no, sorry. You will get it from that record. Hold on. So record single here from this, right? Because you have the permission set, get from permission set, hold on. This is assigned permission set, and here you will get the account owner ID. Okay, so here it is. This record is nothing but that platform event record, right? And you have the account owner ID over there, right? So you will get the assignee ID from here because this is the new account owner ID, right? And then you have to give the permission set ID as well. Permission set ID, and permission set ID, you will get it from the previous step we did here, right? We queried the permission set object, right? To get the permission set on which we want to assign this owner to, correct? So here you can click on this, and then you have to just give the ID. Okay, so permission set ID. So you will get the permission set ID. So now we have both the things here. We have the assignee ID and the permission ID. So I want to assign this person to this permission set. Okay, and I will just click on done. And let's just save this. All right. So let's just quickly see that what we did. Okay. So here in the first flow, I created a record triggered flow because I wanted to basically create a platform event when there was a change happening on the account, right? So that is why I chose record triggered flow, and I selected if the record is created or updated. What I wanted to do, I wanted to check whether when the record is basically updated, or it is created, if the account owner is getting changed. So in create it is always changed, right? I mean, it will basically pick that there's a owner on the account, but let's say in case of update you might be updating some other fields on the account and not the owner. So this decision will basically help you to check if there's a change on the account owner. And if you actually look at this decision, we are comparing the previous value, record prior owner ID, to the current owner ID. That means, I mean, if it is not equals, that means the owner ID is getting changed, right? And when the owner ID is getting changed, we are creating a record from the platform event. And in the platform event, we have created a field for account owner, right? Correct. And when we are creating this platform event record, we are assigning the current account owner ID to the account owner ID field that we have created on the platform event, right? So when you are creating this platform event, you are also assigning the account owner ID, the new account owner ID, to the field that you have on the platform event, right? So whoever subscribes to this event and tries to use this event, they will get this value as well. All right. So this is what we did in this flow. And then on this flow, we have created a platform event triggered flow. In that platform event triggered flow, we have chosen this particular platform event, the one for which we have created a record here, right? And once we have that, we have queried the permission set to which we want to assign the new owner to, right? And then in order to assign the user or the owner to that permission set, you cannot directly do any kind of assignment. You have to create a permission set assignment record. And in order to create the permission set assignment record, you need to have the assignee ID and the permission set ID. And that is why we did the get records in order to get the permission set ID, right? And here, assignee ID you will get from the owner ID, right? Account owner ID field that you have created on the platform event, right? And because you are assigning a value to that particular field in the other flow, right? When you're creating a record for this. So this way, this flow, both the flows gets completed. Now we can move to the org and check if it's working or not. Go to the account and let's just execute the update scenario. And before that, I want to show you this is buyer and there are no assignments on this. And let me change the account owner. Okay. And here, uh, let me check what users I have. Okay. I forgot the names. So users, I can assign Sean Forbes, right? So let's just assign Sean. Let me check for someone else. Rogers, Jack. So I'm going to basically assign this from the backend because I'm not getting these people here. So let me try to search for. Let me go to developer console and assign the owner. All right. Okay, so I want to query user. So we have him, right? And let me take his ID. Okay, so I have his ID and I'm going to query the account that I have. Okay, account object and ID. One second. Owner ID from account where ID is equals to so let me take the account ID and I'll just paste the account ID and here it is. So basically, this is the account that I have here, right? This the account that I have opened in the org. I'm not sure why the owner is not coming up, so I'm not going to spend time on that figuring out. But right now, so this is the account, and we want to change the account owner, right? So I am going to put, sorry, I'm going to put this account owner to, hold on. So this was the account owner ID, right? This was the owner ID of, sorry, the ID of this particular person, Josh, right? So I'm going to assign Josh as the owner ID of this account. Currently, it's my name. So I'm going to assign, and let me also show you the owner name, okay? Dot name and execute. So here I'm going to change the owner ID with Josh's owner ID and save, and let me refresh this. So see, the owner is changed, right? So the owner is changed. If I go here and refresh this, owner should be changed. And if we move to the permission set, right, now the permission set should have an assignment for this person, right? Because we changed the owner. So let me go to the permission set. And if I refresh this, I should be seeing Josh under this. So here it is, right? So it did work. So this was one of the examples of platform event triggered flows, but I haven't used any external system. You can use it the same way, like, for publish and subscribe. Wherever you have that kind of model, you can use platform event triggered flows. All right, and I'll probably come up with more scenarios and more use cases, and I'll make few more videos so that you have much better understanding about it. But I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next session. Till then, bye bye.